This is Matt for Into Boxing. I'm delighted to be joined once again by the blonde bomber, Ebanie Bridges. Ebanie, here in London, how's things?
Yeah, really good. Weigh-in day. I've been here for a couple of days now. Obviously, support with Johnny Fisher, being here with the Tibbs, continue our training. It's good.
He's brought a lot of fans to this. He's 4-0 and he's sold nearly 3,000 and Ali Pala's going to be bouncing. Are you looking forward to the atmosphere?
Mate, what a legend, honestly. I'm so proud of him because he's such a good guy. He's so humble, he's so down to earth, and he's got his head screwed on, and for him to have this kind of support, it's absolutely amazing. So shout out to the Romford Bull Army because, they do a lot, all that just helps set him up for the future. But it's going to be absolutely epic.
What's it like training with him? Because obviously he comes across a really good guy, family man. He seems to train really hard as well. And obviously Tibbs has said to me that he's come a long way, even just the 4 fights. What's it like training with guys like him, John Hedges, etc.?
Yeah, it's really good. Obviously training with him, he's so competitive. Like, it's crazy. Like, I'm competitive in things that I want to be competitive in, you know what I mean?
Everything.
But he's like everything, which is great, you know what I mean? He's hungry, he just wants to do his best, I just feel like he's quite far mature for his age as well, and I think he's only 22. And obviously he's big and everything, but just when you speak to him and just how he gets things, he gets it, and like he's very, very mature, and I think that's going to also help him in his career. Very humble. He knows where he is. He knows he's got time. He's in no rush, but it's obviously moving a little bit faster, I think, than was expected. But hey, like you said, Tibbs said that he's come along. He has. He's, even when I'm seeing him in the gym now, he's getting a lot more polished, and I think he's going to look absolutely great this weekend. And I feel like, obviously with the big fans and all that kind of stuff, at first it can be a bit, oh my God, but I think now he's starting to get used to it. I think it's going to really fire him up this weekend, so I feel sorry for his opponent.
I was speaking to Mark Tibbs and we spoke about Johnny, we also spoke about you, and the things that he said about you and Johnny quite similar. Obviously it's about almost like finessing your game, trying to show that you can box, not rushing in, because we all know you love to sit in the pocket and have a bang. So talk to us about working with Mark Tibbs just briefly, and what he's adding to your game, because you've got a lot more to show than what you have shown, haven't you?
Yeah, well, definitely. I don't know if it's really me or if it's my opponents that I'm fighting, the way I fight. It's like, why would I outbox someone when I can just bully the fuck out of them? I don't know, they don't come forward on me, you know what I mean? If I had an opponent which actually came forward on me, I'd want to sit in a pocket, but I could also take those chances where I wouldn't box, you know what I mean? But I kind of haven't needed to, so I don't really need to show that, So I do have it there. And yes, like Tiff said, it is about fine-tuning and putting that finesse in, and even with, I suppose, my aggressive style, making it still a little bit more pretty and cute, whatever you want to call it. But it's just, he does drill that into me a lot, and I think it comes down to patience. It comes down to a little bit of a different mindset when I'm in the ring. Yeah. I'm not an angry person, I'm happy, but when I get through those fucking ropes, I'm angry, and I want to hurt them. I actually want to hurt, I want to hurt him so bad, and Johnny's the same. We just want to fucking kill him, you know what I mean? And we got to just calm it down a little bit, and I got to think, it's all right, Eb, just chill. Don't go for the kill yet, and just calm yourself, and there's plenty of time. Feels like there's no time, but there's plenty of time, It's just, I think it also comes out down with the experience as well, I'm definitely getting much more slower, you see my first few fights, I fucking went out straight away, just straight for the kill, you know what I mean? But now I might take a round or two, or I might feel out a little bit, but then when I get there, I just go, so yeah.
I want to touch on 3-minute rounds were brought up recently.
Yeah.
Do you feel like that would help women's boxing, or do you feel like that would benefit maybe you, so that you feel like you've got the time maybe to not take it steady, but sort of feel an opponent out? Because 2 minutes, people forget you've only got 2 minutes to sort of make sure the judges see that you've won the round, where in the men's game you obviously feel like a male can obviously maybe give the first round to have a look, sort of iron out, collect data. Do you feel like that would benefit your game?
Yeah, well, I think it would benefit my game, because a lot of the times I feel like I couldn't, after 2 minutes they're nearly done and I could knock them out, and then they just get a break, you know what I mean? And that's not just with my fights, you see it with so many women's fights, they're out in the feet and then the bell goes and they're like, fuck, you know what I mean?
Jamie Mitchell fight, perfect
example. far out, like the first round, then the second round, and then I mean, finally they stopped it in the fourth round, but that would have been stopped earlier. You know, even Clarissa's fights, like, you know, there's a lot of fights. You know, but then again, in saying that, like, you look at the way Clarissa fights or Alicia Bomengarter, you know, they don't rush.
Yeah.
They're still only 2 minutes, but they sit and they're patient and they don't rush. So it is also the style. You know, my style is always going to be high pace. You know what I mean? I'm not about to slow down and be that kind of counter puncher that just waits and sits. I'm not going to be like that. So I don't mind it to a degree, but I do feel like the threes will probably slow me down just a little bit more. But it will also get me more KOs and get everyone more KOs. So yeah, I mean, I'm for the 3 minutes. It's obviously, with anything in women's boxing, it is a lot about the money.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think as it's growing now, we'll slowly see a change, especially in purses as well. And now we're having these mega fights.
Yes.
One thing I want to touch on, one thing I want to mention is we're not going to talk about these two fights because I think you've done it to death, and I think we've already spoke about Taylor Serrano, Shields, and Marshall.
Change my mind and make it a little bit different for this interview.
No. What we're going to do is we're going to swerve that, and what I've done is I've just wrote a load of random ass questions which I want you to answer. Some are pretty simple, some are a bit different, but it'll just mix it up a bit. Something different, yeah. So, if you could do any job right now in the world, apart from boxing and teaching, because I know that's close to your heart, what do you think you'd be doing?
Can it be within boxing?
Well, we'll allow it, because if not, I think you'll be thinking for
I'll give you two options. Either, you know, obviously commentating or managing boxers.
Yeah.
I would love to do that. Or working with kids, doing something with kids. Supporting youth, I don't know, counselling or something like that.
Right, next question. What's your favourite type of music? What do you like to listen to? What is your pumped for a fight?
Oh, you know what? I'm fucking not a music person at all.
What, really?
Yeah, no, I
You don't have Spotify, have a big playlist, there's stuff on?
I do. If you look, do you know what? If you look at my Spotify, it's you know, I listen to a lot of like Portuguese music, Spanish music, reggaeton. I suppose I listen to that. Yeah.
Have a salsa before you go out.
Not when I go out. When I'm going out, like it's always like meditation because I need to calm the fuck down. So it's always stuff to chill, like just chill me out. Like I will literally put waves in my ears, like because but I don't. When I'm driving in my car, there's no radio. I don't put the music on when I'm driving. At home, no music. The only time I listen to music is when I'm actually in the gym. And when I'm in the gym, I kind of prefer like my 90s R&B, hip hop, you know, or the salsa, like the Mexican or Spanish music, just because it helps with the rhythm. But other than that, I don't listen to music.
Wow. Do you talk to yourself a lot in car?
No, I don't. I just like the silence. I love silence. Yeah, I just sit in silence. I just love silence.
I didn't expect that, I'm not going to lie.
I don't know. Yeah, I'm weird. People think I'm really weird. They get in a car and the radio's like silent and they're like, well, I'll just put music
just
on.
Shh.
Yeah. And I just don't, I just don't like loud things. Like, And when I walk out to music, it just depends on the vibe I'm going for and what. A lot of the times I feel like I pick music that's kind of the words are suited to where I'm at, what I'm doing. But also I like to have songs for the crowd that the crowd likes to sing along to because I like to sing along, you know?
Yeah, you were very clever what you did in Leeds. I like that touch, very clever. A good touch. Talk to me about your tattoos. You've got numerous amounts of tattoos. Are there any meaning behind them? Obviously, I know you've got a new one on your arm. Talk me through them. What have you got and what are the meanings for them?
I should have worn better underwear so I could take my pants off and show you my Nah, you're joking.
I don't want to get this taken down.
Look, okay, so let's go through them. So we have, obviously my Yorkshire Rose. You got the Yorkshire Rose. We don't need to explain that one. This is a those daffodils or not daffodils.
I know what you mean.
The blow, and that says "Siga seus sonhos," which means "follow your dreams" in Portuguese. Okay. Then my skin's a bit dry. Then I've got the butterfly, which is a Brazil flag. Brazil's very close to me. Obviously, I speak Portuguese. Brazil is like a second home for me. Go there numerous of times. I've got a lot of Brazilian affiliation. I've been to Brazil like 8 times. So yeah, that's Brazil. Then I got the bee, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee.
Absolutely. Good box
all right.
reference.
Yeah, and I got this one. This is a prayer in Tibetan. It's called the Mani Mantra, and it is a prayer for humility, love, compassion, understanding, and just like everything I kind of stand for really. Mani Mantra. Look it up. It's Tibetan. That is the which is a relaxation meditation, and my star sign, Virgo. My latest one is a geisha. So this is the beginning of an arm sleeve. So I'm actually going to get a geisha and then a warrior samurai, a female samurai. So it kind of shows both my sides. So we got the geisha, she's pretty, dainty, you know, elegant. And then you got the warrior princess or the samurai who's like hardcore, you know, like there to fuck shit up, right? So that's gonna be. I'm not gonna take my pants off to show you my leg, but you've all seen it at weigh-ins.
Yeah.
But on my leg is the phoenix. Start off with the phoenix, and the physique is rising from the ashes. It symbolizes, you know, obviously rising from ashes, coming through the flames. You know, obviously my life change that I went through, and going through hell and then coming out the other end. And then because it was obviously Japanese and I just like the art, I just added to it, you know, the dragon and the butterflies and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, great question. But there's my explaining of my tattoos, and I've got more on my foot anyways, but I'm not going to show you my feet for free, so yeah, I do.
Yeah, we don't ruin the money makers, do we?
No. But I do have a tattoo. My very first tattoo is on my foot, and it's in Thai, and it's Palak Gamlang, and that means inner strength. So yeah.
A lot of meaning behind these, isn't there?
Yeah, a lot. That's a great question.
I'm pleased with that one.
Yeah.
Who do you look up to for inspiration? Don't have to be in boxing. Yeah. It can be anyone. Can be people you met in life, family members. Yeah. Who's your sort of person you look up to?
Probably me, my parents. Hey, yeah, like my parents are amazing people. Honestly, they inspire me. My mom, wow, like she's honestly like, she's so inspiring. She's just constantly grafting, constantly pushing, and always putting everyone first, putting the family first. And you know, I don't give her enough love sometimes, you know, because she's just such a mum and a warrior. But she's she really shows me like just to push through hard times. And my dad as well. My dad is kind of similar to me. He's a dreamer. Is
he a good artist? Is that your dad who's a good artist? Because I'm sure I've seen, I think it was your dad, I didn't want to misquote, but some of the paintings and stuff you've put on there are ridiculous, like gallery type style stuff.
Yeah,
like
he's won awards all around the world. He's won Best Futuristic and Colour artist in the world in America and New York. He's won numerous amount of art awards. My dad is absolutely incredible. Check him out, Ebanie Bridges. He's creative, you know, so he's artistic, but he's like now, I don't want to say how old he's, I don't know, 71, 72, but he like acts and he looks like he's 45, but he's always coming up with new ideas. He's very innovative. He's wanting to do this, like, you know, he opened his own cafe at like 65, and now he's doing a hedging business, and he's always just coming up with things that he does, you know what I mean? And it just shows like there's no limit, like no age or whatever to start goals and start new projects, and he's amazing like that.
Yeah, absolutely. If you're doing that at that age, you must keep the mind fresh as well if you're doing that. Right, next one. Favourite place to eat? What's your go-to place for a meal? Maybe not when you're in camp, because I'm sure that's pretty difficult, but yeah, go on.
Probably my parents' house, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I love to eat my mum's food's best, and just being with my family, because I very rarely see them and I don't have time for them usually. So it's really nice to go and have a family dinner with my family.
What does she make? What's your mum's go-to meal? What do you like?
Probably like roast beef or roast pork. Actually, they're fucking killing it with mad pork bellies, and my dad's been smashing the pork belly. So good. Yeah, I can't wait to get home and have some of my dad's pork belly.
What would you like to be remembered for in boxing? Obviously, you've still got your career ahead, but hypothetically, if you could say 10 years from now and people say Ebanie Bridges, the blonde bomber, what do you want to come to mind when they think and talk about you?
She changed the game. No, you know, just that she was, that I came in and I was different, and I gave something that people hadn't seen before, and I helped people within the industry realize that, you know, you can be yourself and that you can do it your way, and there's nothing wrong with that, and just that I inspired a lot of other women and bring a lot of different eyes into the sport and kind of change the look of women's boxing. I think I like to believe that's what I've done, and I can see it happening over the last few years more and more. So yeah, I'd like to be part of that new wave of bad bitches looking good.
Do you get a lot of messages of people who say, look, we've seen you, we love what you stand for, and we've started boxing, or we've got someone into boxing, or we've tried to do this? Because obviously we see the negativity that you get, and that happens to everyone who gets some sort of success, so they're the minority, but you must get a lot of messages of positive things that you've done.
Oh, I get so many messages, honestly. That's why I don't even care about the one or two little troll messages, because I literally get messages every single day off mums about their daughters, dads about their daughters. I get obviously like other female fighters that are coming up, my friends, like even like Hannah Bagley or Stevie Levy, like telling me, that I've helped them be more confident with wanting to be themselves as well, and just going for it, and all people that are associated with me, just that energy that I give, I make people realize that it's okay to just fucking do what you want. Like, why not? Like I was saying, I had Stevie at my house the other night, and she was even saying to me, which I didn't know, she goes, Ebony, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be wearing red lipstick on weigh-ins, because it wasn't till you that I was like, you know what, I like to wear it, but it's a bit like too much. Like, it's not too much. If I want to do it, I can do it. You know what I mean? And so I never really, she's like, I never really told you that, but like, like you've helped me want to be able to do that and just go fuck it, and like if I go to the gym, I want to put a bit of makeup, mascara. People are like, why are you wearing makeup to the gym? Well, because I want to fucking look good. Like, why can't I look good? Why do I have to go to the gym and look rough? Like, and if you don't want to wear makeup, that's great, but what's wrong with wanting to wear it? You know what I mean? So it's like all these kind of things, that it's okay. Like, we just get shit, like women in sport and in boxing get shit for wanting to look after themselves or wanting to look good, because it's a male dominated sport. Like, but we can't do girly things. Like, anyways,
I think you're sort of, sorry to cut you off, I think you're sort of smashing the stigma of that though, because you've sort of kicked the door wide open and said, look, this is me, I'm going to do me. And then I think the turning point for you was probably the Courtney fight, because you were promoting it a certain way, which is you just being you. If a male fighter did whatever, nobody would probably bat an eyelid, but I think people then now stay for you fighting.
Yes, of course.
You prove that, look, I will do this, but I'll get you to watch me in the ring, and then if you want to stay, you stay.
Yeah, exactly. Lucky for me, I can fight, and I honestly did believe in the way that I could fight, and I'm confident in that, and that obviously helped me being the person I am and not having to change, because I knew, I was like, once they see me fight, they'll fucking realize. Don't get me wrong, there's plenty of people out there, and it has been in the history of girls that are just looking like me or modelling and they can't fight, and that's where the stigmas come from, you know what I mean? Because there are been some girls where they've actually just been used for a promoter as an event, as a special feature, whatever, and they can't fight, and that's fine, because it's just sales, right? But now, the day and age that it is now, actually we can fight, you know what I mean? And and don't get me wrong, there's probably going to be some other girls out there that look good and can't fight, but there's also many girls out there that aren't very feminine and can't fight. It doesn't matter what you fucking look like, that's the point. It doesn't matter what you look like, doesn't matter what you wear, doesn't matter what you dress like. It doesn't have anything to do with whether you can fight or not. So stop fucking judging people on how they look, what they wear, what they decide to do with their fucking hair or their face or anything like that. Just judge them when you see them in the ring. You know what I mean? Don't do this prejudgment. And that's the thing that I'm trying to push, and that's the thing that I was pushing before the Courtney fight is you're all fucking judging me just on what you haven't even seen me fight yet. And you're fucking literally saying I'm shit and that I'm just a model. You don't even fucking know. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm trying to stop, is this. I just don't judge anyone, and I know it's human nature to judge a little bit, but it's just stop fucking judging people.
I mean, if you look at boxing, especially the men's game for years, people may have not seen, for example, Prince Naseem Hamed, one of the greatest fighters ever, especially in this country, absolute legend. He changed the game. People will have seen him maybe do a promo first, and maybe some bad language, or maybe cuss another fighter out, but then once they see him fight, they stay for it. So it's just, for me, it's just another way for you to do it. Moving on, right, another random one. Favourite movie?
White Chicks.
Really? You like that one?
You know what's really funny, actually? This is so random. I actually don't like funny movies. I would never go and like.
Not big on laughter.
No, I'm not.
More of a horror.
No, I don't like horror either. Like when I'm on Netflix, I don't go and look for funny movie. I'm never in a mood for a funny movie. But White Chicks is my favorite movie. It's weird, but I would always choose like an action or a thriller over a humour movie. But definitely White Chicks is one of my favourites.
Brilliant. Have you got any pre-fight superstitions? Like, do you know when you go to fight night, do you have to have certain things in a certain way, or put stuff on the left side of a changing rooms? Go on, because I know you're.
I mean, I'm pretty OCD, so like everyone, I don't know if my corner is going to be watching this and laughing at me. Tibbs is in for a fucking treat. No, look, honestly, like on the day pre-fight, I mean, I think
everything going out their fucking mind watching this.
Yeah. Nah, I mean, so many things. No, I'm kind of okay. I just don't like. Look, I don't like a lot of noise. I don't like a lot of commotion of people around me. I don't like when people are really talking to me. I like to be really quiet. Like when I come in, I need to set up. Everything has to be kind of, nice and neat and in order. Have to have my nails done fight week. Has to be fresh nails. Pretty OCD about my hair. I mean, everything has to be straight. I'm good.
Just a few things.
Just a few things, but nothing like a full ritual or anything like that. Just everything needs to be perfect.
Well, can't say fairer than that. Right, you're a good artist as well. We mentioned your dad. What's your favourite thing to draw? You've done Harlequin a lot.
Yeah, I did Harley because I started a bit of a series on Harlequin. I like drawing boobs. I obviously. No, I don't know why. I do like I don't know. I went through a phase of I was drawing all obviously fighters, boxers. I love doing portraits of boxers, all the boxers that were inspiring me. So if you go through in my Instagram and it says my drawings, all the boxes that are in there that I've drawn are all boxes that have inspired me. Let's have a look at some of the ones. I'll get it here. And you probably can't show it, but
I can zoom in a little bit.
Oh, okay. Let's have a look. Right. I don't know if it's going to be... Oh, yeah, we've got here.
Yeah, you might be able to.
Let's have a look. Okay. Oh, we got Dylan White. I did a Dylan White. What I like about...
Wow, that is good.
Yeah, so... Yeah, what I like about Dylan White... we'll go back to Dylan and talk about him. Is that I like him because he's just himself. He doesn't give a fuck. He just be himself, and he's very driven. He's obviously been through a lot, and he's a good character. And I thought, that's good. He doesn't let anyone tell him what to do or anything like that. So I like that about him. I got Franchon Cruz. She's the first girl that I've drawn. She inspires me. When we first started, when I first started boxing and talking to Franchon, I was getting a lot of shit. And she's a good friend of mine. Look at her. She's always positive. She's been through so much in her life, and she just maintains to keep that positive mindset. And always, pushing and supporting people. Yeah. And I said to her, Fran, I'm getting so much shit for being, obviously me and that thing. Am I doing something wrong? Honestly, am I doing something wrong? She goes, no, girl. She goes, you do you. She goes, you do you. Don't worry about these guys, you know what I mean? What you're doing is great. Just be you and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I'm just glad to question it because I was fresh in the game, I'm thinking, fuck,
questioning yourself.
Yeah, I was questioning myself because I was copping so much shit, and I thought, okay, am I really doing something wrong here? Because I didn't think I was, And I just look up to her so much because she's such an individual as well. And she said that. And once she said that to me, you know what, you're fucking right. Fuck them. Anyways, Sonny Liston. My Sonny Liston. Love Sonny Liston. Nigel Benn.
Yeah.
Well, we don't need to talk about Nigel Benn, but he's absolutely amazing. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, love Nigel Benn.
Is it therapeutic for you, this?
Yeah, definitely.
Does that calm you down, get you in a
definitely.
state of zen?
Literally, that is exactly what it is. It just shuts me off. I got Mel. I love Mel. She's quite wild. I love her. Tua.
Yeah, Tua.
He's left hook Tua.
Ledge.
And then all my boob stuff. Oh wait, we got Sean Porter. I love Sean Porter. Oops, shit. Yeah, Sean Porter's awesome. He's one of my favourite boxers. He's very insane. I used to actually watch, when I first started as an amateur, I used to watch Sean Porter fights all the time because we are so much the same. Just come out, balls blazing, fucking not crazy, but just that pressure fighter.
Very similar.
Exactly, very similar. Pressure fighter, we're both short. Pressure fighter, go out and fight hard. So I loved watching Sean Porter's fights, and obviously he evolved and he became a lot less crazy. But we're talking 5 years ago or whatever. Yeah. He was still that Sean that was just come out and just give you fucking hell, So yeah, love Sean. Anyways, and then it's just all boobs. But yeah, check it out. Oh, I did Eddie Hearn.
Let's have a look at that one.
Here we go.
Go on, what inspires you about Eddie? Well,
you know what? It says it here.
I'll grab him later.
Yeah, look, here we go. Here, Eddie Hearn. I love what Eddie Hearn has done with women's boxing this year, using his platforms with Matchroom to get more eyes on the sport. There has been more talk on women's boxing during 2020 than ever before, and I believe it has a lot to do with it. Let's keep the ball rolling. So yeah, it's just the appreciation. I did it about obviously my appreciation for Eddie and giving women a platform and really truly believing in us. And obviously he's inspiring because he fucking sets goals and he smashes them. He's so driven, so passionate, and he's achieved so much. And what he's doing now with boxing and literally literally taking over the boxing world. Like, you know, what he's doing is pretty impressive. So yeah.
Yeah, I've got to say.
Canelo as well. Fuck, I forgot about it.
Yeah, just the pound for pound king.
Yeah, just the pound for pound king. Yeah, I've got Canelo and yeah. So yeah, I mean, look.
Enough said.
Yeah.
Him. Yeah, we know. But yeah.
He's the king.
He is the king.
He might be just the new greatest Mexican in the whole world.
I think in the next couple of years, I think depending on what he does, that could be setting history.
Chavez is my favourite boxer. Chavez is my favourite boxer. So for me to say that Canelo could possibly overtake Chavez is big fucking moves, but we'll see.
3 words to best describe yourself. Try to keep it clean.
Well, as soon as you said that, I just thought of swear words.
Yeah. You can go for it. That's not a problem. But
yeah, driven, supportive, and effervescent.
Oh, that's a good word.
Yeah.
That's a good word. Tell us one thing that nobody knows about you. Try to tell us or reveal one thing that's not going to be too out there that you think maybe not a lot of people know. Not emotional, because I know you're a big softer.
Fuck off. I am so not soft. No, one thing that people don't know about me.
Just the one.
I know. I don't know. I don't really like to talk about me personally as a private person. Just trying to think what people don't know. I don't know. Besides, I don't know. Like I'm scared of fire.
Are you scared of fire? I saw that on Instagram that I was creasing.
I've got a serious fire phobia, serious phobia. Like, it's real. It's a serious phobia. Can't be near fire. I can't cook on gas tops. I don't like to have hot showers. I don't like being in a sauna. Anything that could burn me. Every time there's fires at the fights, then they point out the fire shit. I fucking panic.
Do you know what? And this is not to make this about me, but fireworks do the same for me. I fucking hate them.
Yeah,
absolutely hate them. They give me like anxiety, like madness.
Yeah. I mean, I don't like fireworks, and I don't like a fire. Every time there's fire at the fights, and then for the main event, I sit there and I think, I fucking don't ever want to be a main event with that. Like, all right, I'm going to say to, hey Eddie, can we just not do the fireworks? Like, or do I just fucking put my hoodie on and harden the fuck up and walk through? I don't know, but it's a legitimate phobia. So if you're like scared of snakes or scared of spiders and they're all over you, that's how it feels when I'm around fire.
Wow. Right. How much does teaching students and giving back? You what?
You want to make me cry?
No, I know you're soft, but I'm not trying to do that. Now, how much does it mean to teach and to give back to the kids, and to pass on some of your knowledge and to see like the benefits of it? How much does that mean?
It means so much to me, honestly. It means.
Do you want a tissue before I start?
Fuck off. It means so much to me. It means everything to me. Honestly, it's something extremely passionate to me, very close to my heart. I absolutely love teaching, being in the classroom. I don't know how I'm going to be going back into the classroom, you know, as the Ebanie Bridges, the blonde bomber. It was last time when I went, I was, you know, I had a lot of fame, especially with the SAS in Australia and all that kind of stuff, so it might be a bit harder. But whatever I do, I want to be able to be around kids, and I want to be able to inspire them and just talk to them, get in their heads, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it's probably, I mean, I don't know if I could say if I had to choose between that and boxing, which one it would be, but I just know boxing has a...
Means a lot to you, doesn't it?
It does mean a lot to me. Like, boxing has a time limit on it, so of course I'm going to choose boxing now because I've only got so long that I can box for. But I don't know if I had to choose which one I would...
Maybe you could go back in a motivational speaker capacity. Yeah. Maybe you're not teaching, maybe you're going back and saying, look, this is my story kind of thing.
Yeah.
Would that be something that you would love to do and to give back in that way?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. That's something I want to look at doing after, you know, my motivation's been telling my story, it's something I would love to do. That's obviously a lot more adults like that. That's good, but I do want to get into the kids, and, you know, I like the one-on-one. The good thing about teaching sometimes is, you know, you can really pinpoint some of the kids that are struggling, and then you can have those conversations and really get in their heads, you know, one-on-one. So, and I do enjoy that. So I don't know, maybe counselling or psychology or something like that for kids.
Do you get the same?
But I don't ever want to go back to uni.
No.
I've done more than fucking 7 years of university, so psychology, maybe not.
Do you get just as much of a kick out of that as in seeing the results of giving back to kids? Think sometimes you do with boxing. Do you get like a bit of a buzz off it?
Definitely. I mean, you know what? It's obviously the fighting part's a bit of a different kick, but I get a similar kick when I see my students evolve and change and see their mindset change, and like, it's amazing. Some kids, man, the way you see them change, like, from kids that are so disengaged and so disbelief in themselves and so not interested in learning maths or anything, to them changing their whole attitude towards learning and towards bettering themselves, and seeing them so eager to learn and just change their fucking their view. Like, it's like I did that, like, and I helped that, and now they're going to be so much better and set up for the future. There's nothing you can compare to that. Possibly the only thing I can compare to that is when I get messages or my friends around me tell me that I've...
That back up, we didn't cut any of that off. You mentioned it's better than winning a fight. Talk to me, is that something... So you mentioned how good you are with kids. Will you be looking down the road to start a family, become a mum, like nurture somebody? You know, is that something you're wanting to do?
Yeah, definitely. It's something that I battle every single day. It's like family, boxing, family, boxing. It is something I battle, and it's one of the sacrifices I've made, which people don't realise a sacrifice. And a sacrifice at my age to not have kids when I love kids so much, and I really do want to have my own family, and that it's a fucking huge sacrifice I've made to choose boxing and to be away from home, away from my partner that I might not even have when I go back, to chase my boxing dreams. And that's, I'm laughing about it, but it's fucking true. So, but it's a sacrifice I've made to go after my goals, you know, and it's a fucking hard sacrifice. And God willing, when I am ready to have a kid, that I can still have kids and that it's going to be all healthy. But I'm just putting my money on my boxing and living in the moment. But yeah, definitely kids is something I want to do.
Last and final question. What's the biggest learning experience you've had in life?
That everything happens for a reason, and everything happens how it should, when it should, and the timing of everything is just meant to be.
And it's written in the stars.
It's written, yep. Everything happens just how it should in destiny, and you just got to keep a positive mindset, and you just got to make the most of every moment, and you got to take good from everything, even the worst shit. Just believe that it's happened for a reason. The worst things, I've had some fucking very bad things happen to me, and been through some very bad things, but I still wouldn't change it, because I wouldn't be who I am now, wouldn't be where I am without it. And you know, it's hard to think like that, and especially younger people, you know, because it was younger when I went through a lot of stuff. You know, at the time it doesn't seem like it. Even old people, you know, like, how does this happen to you? Why me? But you'll see, you know what I mean? And it's up to you to use that mind to change your mindset, to go, you know what, it's happened for a reason, and let's see what that reason is. And then open your heart and open your mind to the positiveness.
Absolutely. We've sort of chewed the fat here for about half an hour now, so that's a pretty good in-depth interview for us. So.
I mean, pretty in-depth for such a short time, to be honest. Usually it takes me a while to open up, but I really hope a lot of people watch this, because I think it's going to be a good one. One of my favourites. I love when you interview me. You're honestly one of the best, and I talk to a lot of the other fighters, and they do say that they love being interviewed by you. You are great, so there's a little plug there, but it's true. It's generally true.
Look, appreciate that. It's always a pleasure. Have you got a final message? Anything else you want to say to the fans just before we leave this one off?
No, guys. Except that, you know, hopefully my story and what I'm doing, you know, exactly is inspiring people. And thank you so much. You know, I love you guys just as much as you love me. And if you don't love me, then I'll still send you love. But I blessings to everyone. And yeah.
Ebanie Bridges, thanks for talking to Into Boxing. I'm sure we'll be catching up again.
Thank you.